In this section, we are going to see how we can look at a specific subset of data by using proper selection and filtration. So in this section, we are going to cover 5 such types. One, where we would like to look at one individual column, which would be a series. Then second, when we would like to have look at the group of columns, which would be a data frame. Third, where we would like to provide a condition and then to filter the data based on the condition that we have provided. Fourth, when we would like to have a filter based on the row number, that is by index. And fifth, where we would like to select the data by label or by the conditional statement. So let's see them one by one. Starting with looking at the data, a specific column in form of a series. So first we will use type. So we know that the data that we are looking at, what's the type? Okay. For that we will select score from SEM1. Okay. So we'll say scores. So first, what is score? Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Score is the data that we are reading and we're storing it into this data frame scores. Okay. So first let me run this and let's have a quick look at scores, this data frame. Okay. So as you can see, this data frame, we have 25 records and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay. So what we want to do is first we want to have a look at column SAM1. Okay. So let's run it. So as you will see, just SAM1 column has been printed, which were marks in semester 1, right? And if I'll comment it, then you can see the type, which was series. Okay. So what we have done here, we have used the data set, the data frame, and then in the square brackets, we have provided the column name. As you can see here, column name was SAM1. Okay. Pretty easy. Now suppose we want to see multiple columns, then what we will do is, rather than providing just one column in single pair of square brackets, we will use 12 pair of square brackets. And then we will say comma separated column names. So for example, if we want to see both semester 1 and semester 2, then we will say SAM1 comma SAM2. Okay. So before we print the data, let's first have a look at the type. So we'll see this time it is data frame. Previously it was series because it was just one column. Okay. And if I just uncomment and run it, then you will see both semester 1 and semester 2 marks have been printed. Right. So this is pretty easy. If you want to see more columns, just add them using comma separated values, like provide them a list of column labels. Next, we want to provide a condition. So last time we had just said semester 1, like give us all the data from this column. Now we want to see give us only that data where a specific condition is met. So we are providing a condition here with score greater than 450. So all the data, so what it will return? Scores SAM1 greater than 450 would return which particular data, which particular records are the students who have scored more than SAM1. And for that, we will have the output. So as you will see, these students, which are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 students have their semester 1 score greater than 450. This is particularly useful when you will be working with big set of data or large data frames and where you want to just uh, take a subset based on a condition. Here is a quick check. So for example, if you want to print list of students with total score less than 750. So this time it was semester 1 score greater than 450. Now say if you want to just have summation of both the scores less than 750. So it's pretty easy, right? I have already done it here. So let me uncomment it. So what we are doing is we are saying score SAM1 then plus score SAM. Oops, I think I have just typo. I just put SAM1 again. So okay. So score SAM1 plus score SAM2 and total is greater than 750, right? So let's run the code and see what's the output. So two students, Harsh and Prachi, their total score is less than 750. Okay. So now we have seen how we can filter based on a Boolean condition. Next, we will see the fourth type where we are going to use ILOC to select data by row number. So suppose you want to retrieve first 10 records. So we are going to use 0 to 10. Now this is similar to what we have already done in indexing and slicing, right? So we'll say index based location and 0 to 10. So first let me comment this one and run the code. So as you can see, we have received the output with index um, location 0 to 10. Now since we have not provided any column specific input, it took all the columns. But if you want, you can also specify which columns you want. For example, if we would say 1 to 4, then it will take first three columns. Or if you will say 1 to say 3, it will take first two columns. So let me run it. So you'll see just two columns are shown. If I would have given a 4 here, then it would have taken three columns. Okay. Now the fifth example is where we will use LOC with a Boolean condition. So for example, if we want to see all the records where semester 1 marks is greater than 450, then we have this 7 records where the semester 1 marks were greater than 450. So with these 5, you always can have a specific condition provided. Whichever data, whichever subset you want to see, you can have a glimpse, or you can just output it, or if you want, you can store it into a new variable. So having seen this, now let's move on to the next section, which is getting basic statistics on the data, which you have already seen, but we have used the describe. Now we will use specific methods like count, min, max. How to do that, we'll see that in the next video.